Anyway, you know who is actually the best lolly? I forgot to click play. You know who is the best lolly though? Where is it? Hachiroku. Yeah. I'm the best lolicon. Alright. Well, anyway. Last time we played, we cleaned up the 8620 train, and then we got a generous donation from a woman in Hiroshima, and we got a passenger car from her because she is the oiler. Our oil baron. Oil for the oil baron. Like the last VOD titled. Like that, yeah. Anyway, thanks for the hydrate. And, the stretch. So, anyway. That's all you need to know. That's all the context that's needed. So, let's jump right into it. Oh, it also starts off with a CG, so I already know what thumbnail. I already know what thumbnail I'm gonna use. Or use for my thumbnail. They wave wildly at me from the window. I tried my best not to let them into the passenger car, but when they beg so innocently, I can't help it. See, now that I've played now that I've streamed I've streamed back-to-back Amazing Grace, now it's weird that the main guy can't speak. My god. Nagi, Fukami, Reina, and Paulette, all of the test run passenger car members are participating. Especially since I play Irisekai as well, so it doesn't help.
Paulette とレイナにはかなり神経を使わせてしまうと思うが、よろしく頼む。
Unoi Station has no turntable. As a replacement, the triangular junction is being added as an emergency measure.
相鉄くんこそ大変じゃないですか。いきなりの3両編成で。
そこは86のフォローもある。2両も3両も僕のやることに大差はない。
With just the steam locomotive, it's just a matter of backing up, but pushing the passenger car while backing up can be straining. What? Which is why 8620, the passenger car, and then Kia 7 are linked together, so returning to Ohitoyo Station can be towed by Kia 7.
それは私たちも同じですよ。2両も3両も引っ張るのに大差ありません。そうですよ。レイナ、こう見えても力持ちなんですから。
I typed in Shoujo Ramune in my anime list, but I was trying to get Shomen's sample. Well, you know, the muscle memory.
頼もしいね。よろしく頼む。
行きは私たちも客車乗車をするんですよね。
ああ、2人には専門家としてのチェックを頼みたい。
わかりました。レイナ、頑張りますです
They're
よ。
in their element. With the confident Reina and Paulette on one side, they're like fish on a chopping block. Excuse me?
ポーレットとレイナの 専門家としての目だけでなく、一般客に近い目からのレビューも欲しいと考えている。
But you picked two children. The only review you're gonna get is what is from a child's perspective. What do you?
です。
At least have Makuda on as one of the passengers.
だから、できれば緊張せず、普通に楽しんで、感想を聞かせてもらえれば嬉しい。
です。私、力まないで、感想すごく、そうですさんに伝えます。です。
うん。
Mikami seems tense, but since Nagi is with her, I'm sure she'll get back to her usual self soon enough. I want to know what happens in anime lolly's perspective. It's just a short person. Oh, that's right. I should try to help her relax.
リクエストされていたな。写真を撮るから、並んで笑ってくれ。
嬉しいですけど、時間大丈夫なんですか？
うん。
We still have about 20 minutes to spare. I've already taken care of my responsibilities. If I hadn't, I certainly wouldn't be wandering around with the camera in hand. See? Unlike Shu, who hasn't taken a single fucking picture since he got the camera, Sotetsu's been taking pictures left, right, and center.
準備をしすぎてしすぎるということもない。撮ったら、すぐに戻るさ。
That's the difference. That's the protagonist diff. Too much or too little tension isn't good either. I rile myself up, thinking about Paulette's question, but try to give Fukami a reassuring smile nevertheless. Can I take a picture for you? Dexter, I'm never gonna start an OnlyFans, alright?
で、どうする？そのままか。それとも、記念写真風に撮るか。
ちょっとだけ待ってください。です。
Fukami skirks away and starts fiddling with her purse.
ふかみちゃん！髪の毛なんていじってもそうそう変わり映えするもんじゃなかばい。
Can you post your feet on Wikifeet? Okay, you want my feet? Hang on, that's not the right thing. I forgot how to move my model. Why? What? Hang on. Here you go. There you go. There's my feet. You want my feet so badly? There you go. Alright, anyway. Lock the model again. Dexter, delete that message.
でも、左右のバランスとか、枝毛とかあっても恥ずかしいし。
Behind Fukami, diligently trying to straighten out her hair, I see Paulette sneaking a peek into her own compact. And Reina, our eyes meet, but she simply smiles back at me.
相鉄さんのおかげで素敵な客車をいただいちゃいましたね。
Dexter, as the mod of my chat, you are the one who sets the precedent as to what is okay and what isn't okay in my chat, alright? You already know what I'm gonna say.
僕のおかげでは全然ないかな。
Paulette Hachiroku Hibiki, and most likely Rana, Nagi, Fukami, and Makoda. If any one of us were missing, things wouldn't have turned out this well.
が、素敵な客車であることは違いない。
ですよね。
Rana looks around the cabin. I follow her gaze. I honestly do think this is beautiful.
ストーブの存在感が大きいな。
I'm just a blind follower. What do you mean? What do you mean? What do you mean? What do you mean? I'm thankful for that. The car's whole vibe, and even the smell of the wood, are really nostalgic, yet surprisingly, they don't tear at the scabs of my old memories. You are like one of those people with with free candy, and I come to you. No, if this is the analogy, I'm just sitting in a car, and you just walk up to me and sit and sit in the back. All right.
レイナ、ストーブ客車って初めてですよ。
なあ、相当に希少なものなのだろうな。
ですよね。すごく丁寧に整備されてますし。
Whoever maintained this thing did a great job. It's crazy to think we got the thing practically for free. Can't complain there, that's for sure. Yeah, because I give you money to play with lollies. Yeah. Although it's in Kyushu, Ohitoyo gets snow in the winter. The stove will really come in handy then.
お待たせしましたです。
I turn toward Fukami's voice and see everyone looking this way excited. Yes, this is good. I prefer to take pictures like this without any contrived actions. That sounded worse now that you read it. You're the one who typed it out.
今もう撮っちゃったんですか？見せてわーい。ってナギちゃん、相鉄さん忙しいってさっき言ってた。
うん。
I put the camera away by sliding it into my pocket.
写真はまとめて、後でみんなで見るとしよう。
I return to the platform without turning around and give out a sigh a little distance away. I seem to be fine. Perhaps it's because I'm more used to the railways now, or maybe it's because everyone's shown me such amazing support. Maitetsu was taking pictures of anime girls in elementary school. I don't know what you're talking about. I know what you're talking about, Dexter. They're all 18, okay? Why would they be in elementary school? Either way, I'm no longer shaken up by the memories of the accident. I'm finally normal.
客車、列車か。
I stare at it. I mean, I really stare at it. Fully. Ever since the accident, I think this is the first time I've chosen to look at it. I can't help but take my camera out again. A train. What a fitting word. That is for this thing. Yeah, it is a train. A train is a string of these cars. Teen 8620 appear more dignified with a passenger car attached to it. Makes me reconfirm that. Dexter tried to not say something out of pocket. Challenge impossible. Every time there's a lolly on screen, he has to say something out of pocket. Alright? Don't validate what I just said, alright?
ああ、うん。いや、もう少しだ。
Even after taking this many pictures, Hachiroku still isn't used to the shutter. She looks surprised whenever I take a picture of her, and she begins fiddling her hair with her fingers. Fiddling with her hair with her fingers. I don't know. Ooh, I'm so bad that I want anime. I'm not going to read the rest of that.
どうせ取られるのなら運転ボディで相鉄様と一緒のところが良いのですが。
それも無論撮ろう。が、これもやはり撮るべき写真だ。
What did I tell you, Starving? He says the most out-of-pocket shit whenever there's a lolly on the screen. Hibiki and I went to do some maintenance on the hearth and driving stand. Hachiroku is maintaining the motion parts. Because we were working on different parts today, I didn't take any photos.
ほら、よく撮れている。
If I...
拝見します。
Although she's not used to being photographed, she seems to know how to work the camera. Hachiroku looks at the LCD screen on the back and skillfully looks through the photos taken today.
あ、まだなのですね。
Should I delete those? Sure.
まだとは何かだ。
Hachiroku giggles to lead me on.
お時間がある時にでも、そう、ピットからも見上げて撮るのが一番よろしいかと。
ピットから。
The pit is the spot where ground is dug out in the engine shed, so the main entrance can be done to the maintenance. Jesus Christ, am I particularly down bad today or something? Yes. The maintenance can be done to the bottom of the locomotive. Taking a picture, there would be...
この客車の底面はそれほど面白いのか?
Starving warned me before you typed in look at Discord. I'm not gonna look at the Discord.
面白いかどうかはともかく、気の利いたものが。
気の利いた毛利の秋様の下さり物か?
さようでしょうね。
ニーニーも86も立ち話とか。
Okay, so now we've seen Hibiki already. I was gonna be like, we've seen Hachiroku in this, we've seen Hibiki in this, but we haven't seen Nagi in it.
おっと、
Hibiki trots in our direction. I look at the watch and see that we don't have much time until the departure.
遅いから呼んでくるって。
ごめんなさい、響き。うっかりと話し込んでしまいました。
客車試験、身内言うても一晩乗せるけんね。そぎゃんと浮かれてちゃいけんよ。
そうだな、すまん。
I take the camera back from Hachiroku and slip it into the pocket of my uniform. If we're going to take a commemorative photo as a team, I want to do it at the driving stand after the test run.
釜の状態は良さそうだな。
Sadly, the pic doesn't contain proof that you were referring to lollies. Hang on, I need to look at this now. I want them to pounce on me so much that I pass out and they keep going until the next day. If I pass away, that would be a very nice way to end it. And then you posted a visual novel? What did you post? Oh, okay. Yeah, no. Considering that the fifth image is Necro, it's a dead body. Actually, no, it is Necro. Yeah. What? Why? They just posted that in their Discord announcements, right? Now you've got me curious. What is this about? Geminism. Two twin sisters, Hirosoma Kikyo and Hirosoma Shinku, clash together in a nook of a midnight city. The fight is watched over by two mysterious men, Yagama and Tsukishiro. Just what is at stake in their battle? Having diddly with a dead body. Okay. Yeah. No. Yeah, I don't... I'm glad the first tag that is listed on VNDB for this game is meaningless choices. Bro. Excuse me? Selective coloring, twin sisters as heroines, ADV, of course it does, black comedy, brief NVL scenes, censored text, different love interests per protagonist, dual, linear plot, muted obscenities, no keep voice on click option, photographic backgrounds, poor hero, protagonist selection, slice of life, unlockable protagonist, bloody scenes, body horror, cats. Festival. Why is cats a tag? There is a spoiler for imprint. Bro, get that shit out of here. No wonder you put it in just chatting, because I'm never gonna play that shit. Yeah. Alright, anyway, let's just get back to the game. I'm not gonna read what you just typed. The furnace is good, and the water level of the boiler is over 80%. The steam's going through the locomotive. It can start moving at any time.
こちらも空気や縮気よし、ブレーキテストすべてよしだ。
いよいよですね。
You know what? This is why you're a mod, Dexter, because I don't have to delete all the unhinged shit you post because you can do it yourself. Was it my imagination? I laughed at myself after thinking that Hachiroku was the one shivering. When in fact, I'm the one shaking. It isn't out of fear though, but rather excitement.
あと1分。
Hachiroku's voice sounds the same as usual. Being propelled by that, my body also moves in the same way. I set the automatic brake valve and independent brake valve to drive, and then I put the reversing gears into full forward gear.
本線
My eyes look only at the signal. Even as my eyes are fixed solely on the signal, I can feel Hachiroku's watch speeding. poot. The steam whistle sounds off as I put my strength into the regulator.
出発進行
Yupatsu Shinku. I mean, we're back to girls. Full.
定時。はい、定時です。お上手になりましたね、相鉄さん。
Paulette and Reina look like they're enjoying it. I think Sotetsu is doing something amazing. But I don't understand what it is. I feel mortified by my lack of knowledge about the railways.
ほっとしたら暑くなっちゃった。
Board, read the description. Nah,
はい、
I'm
ポ
good.
ーレット。うちわと氷ですよ。はあ。
She takes out a fan and a plastic bag filled with ice from the coat hanging near the window. Don't make me copy and paste the description. Fine, I'll read it out. Social reforms have changed the lives of people. To combat the increase in NEETs, the government has lowered the age of marriage and given people a universal basic income. Kei-kun's father recently married Maya, an underage schoolgirl. However, his father died just after the wedding, leaving him to take care of himself. Thus starts his... I didn't click on the link. Thus starts his sweet sexual life with Maya, a sexually inexperienced schoolgirl who's supposed to be his new mother. Excuse me, what the fuck? There's a reason this hasn't been adapted. I mean, translated.
Dozo, 深見ちゃん、なぎちゃんも人数分あるから。ありがとう。ございますです。
I'm stuttering again. I hate how I can't speak normally like I do with Nagi.
ありがとうばい。
What, Nagi, you speak Japanese. Nagi grabs the ice and fan and... Oh.
涼しか。
I mean, I get that Sotetsu's seen her naked, I think, but, like, still, he pulls at the hem and starts fanning herself from under. It does look like she's cooling off well, but Nagi doesn't have any boobs. I can almost see everything. Excuse me? What are you looking at there? Wait, why are you looking there?
なぎちゃん、ちょっと胸開けすぎだよ。
She isn't showing chest. Maybe she is in the 18 plus version.
あ、これ以上減るもんじゃなし、へちゃらばい。
Paulette's now imitating Nagi by unbuttoning her blouse and fanning herself. Excuse me? Bro. These characters are too lax. This is the complete opposite to any other anime character.
涼しい。貸し切り列車の特権ね。
Oh, her bra. I catch a glimpse of her bra and cleavage, becoming jealous instantly. Unlucky. I'm tall, but that's it. I still don't have the need to wear a bra though.
まだ成長期終わってないし。ん？何か言ったばい？何も。
Even Paulette, who's rather well endowed, is doing it. I feel embarrassed being the one not. Don't worry, Ran isn't doing it. Because I don't think she needs to. I copy them by... by spreading out my shirt to fan air in. Wow, this really is nice.
生き返るみたい。これ、うちは氷までありがとうございます。
Why is Paulette looking at them like that?
ああ、うんうん。私たちじゃなくて86ちゃん。
86ちゃんがですか？
今日は煙がわからないから窓は開けないでくださいって言って。
窓。
Outside the window, I can see the exhaust flowing, and it'll continue so long as the steam locomotive is running.
逆に開けていい時ってあるんですか？窓。
トンネルの中は絶対開けちゃダメって話だけど、湯の井線の区間はほら、トンネルって一個もないから。
はあ。
I realized that, too. I'd never noticed if there were any tunnels when riding the train, let alone the number of them.
だから煙が低くない時は開けても平気だって。で、今日は低くなるかもしれないからって。
はい。
I don't quite understand what she meant by the smoke being low, but I think it's alright for me to not understand. Other than that, Paulette is so kind and easy to talk to. I might be able to ask her right now.
さっき、発車でちょっとだけ動いて、
Wait, what the
って
fuck?
言った時、
What the fuck was happening? What the fuck happened there? Oh, I need to watch that back in the recording. They're glitching out. I guess they didn't want us to hear what her question was. Oh, right, it's here.
さっき、発車でちょっとだけ動いて、定時って言った時、あの時、どうしてあんなちょっとって上手ってそうですさんのことわかるです？
I think you should be asking how, not why.
ああ、うん。あのね、それは。
Paulette glances at Raina and then gently nods. Raina gives a big smile and begins to explain.
それはですね、客車を初めて引っ張るのにきちんと定時にショックなく発車したからなのですよ。
Oh, so she did ask how.
客車って結構重いの。その重量分、発車時には余分な力が必要になるでしょ？
はいです。それはわかるです。それを気にせず、いつも通りにやっちゃうと、グイっていってガタンってショック出ちゃうです。
Hokey jerky. That is adorable.
客車が完全に止まってるのに、機関車だけ勢いよく動き出すと、ね、ガンって。
She uses hand gestures, matching her speed to explain, so it's easy to understand.
つまり、感性ですね。
そう、感性。学園でもう習った？そっか、船でも感性って意識するのね、きっと。はい
です。急に流れに逆らったりすると、転覆の危険が出ちゃうですから。
Things in motion tend to stay in motion, and things at rest tend to stay at rest. I think I understand. I mean, you just explained the concept of inertia, so I would expect you to.
客車があるから、いつもよりゆっくり力をかけないと、客車がガンってなるけど、今、そうならなかったから。
Yeah, I know why you're looking out the window instead of looking at them, but Yes. Brandon nods with a big smile.
その調整が必要なのに、私たちの乗ってる客車、ちゃんと定時に動き出したから。
1秒の誤差もなかったの。
Paulette's watch is amazing. It's beautiful golden pocket watch. But it's a beautiful golden pocket watch. I mean,
だから今の運転だけでソーテスさんが上手って分かったですね。
その通り。
wow. Paulette can smile so brightly. I don't know how you can tell you're not even looking at her. You're looking out the window. She's dignified, so initially I thought she was intimidating and kind. Of scary. There wasn't a comma there, but yeah. But that smile of hers just makes me realize how cute she is. Hang on a minute.
理解が早くて驚いちゃった。船の運転手さん、ずっとしているだけのことはあるな。
Hey, just because I picked Hachiroku for Hachiroku's route doesn't mean that Paulette is free reign, all right?
そんな、私なんて全然まだまだ駆け出しですし。です。
駆け出しだったらなおさらすごい。直感で理解できるの、センスあるってことだと思うし。
です。
I mean, you know, you do something enough, you usually tend to be able to intuit it. I'm not used to being complimented, but it does make me happy. It's the first time I've been able to talk with her like this. It makes me realize what a good person Paulette is. She's nice, and is the mayor as well as the president of a company. On top of that, she's beautiful and has a great body. That's why back during the repair of 8620, when we talked about what to do, I thought that Sotetsu would become Paulette's secretary. Now that's at a different route. But Sotetsu chose to work as the engineer and turned down Paulette's offer. Best girl ranking. Best girl ranking. Alright, so number 1 is Hachidoku. Number 2 is Hibiki. Number 3 is Paulette. Number 4 is Makoda. Number 5 is Reina. Number 6 is Ukami. Number 7 is Nagi. Number 8 is Kisaki. Did I list everyone? Yes. Everyone with a route. Yeah. I really wondered why, too. I mean, I really thought long and hard about it. Hachiroku is a doll and Hibiki is the sister. Is the sister. That's why maybe I'm surprised Nagi is down that far, because Ren is up pretty high. Their personalities are similar. Yeah, but Nagi is loud. Reina is not. That's the difference. Sotetsu. There might be somebody else that he likes. You like them loud in bed, right? I don't want to get a noise complaint. Could it be that there's 1,000 to 1 or 10,000 to 1, an infinity to 1 chance that...
なぎちゃんなのかもしれないし、そのまたナヨタ分の1くらいの確率で。呼び寄ったと
In anime, hentai... There's a reason I don't watch hentai, is because I talk too much. Nagi's cheek is red. Only one of them, though. She was sticking her face on the window Oh, that explains it.
私、今、声出ちゃってた？
How do you get off then? You do realize that they have that. You do realize there's more to a hentai than words, right?
なぎちゃんって呼ばれた気がして振り向いたばい。なぎさんとなゆたさんって言ってましたよ。なゆたって誰ばい？誰でもなくて、
Paulette is watching us with a big smile. I don't think I said anything strange, did I?
それより、なぎちゃん、何見てたの？熱心に。
I prefer voice acting, not just images. Well, I started off with just images, so...
何って、外ばい？まだの外。けど...
I'm not a boomer, what are you talking about? I'm a year older. Whatever. Nagi takes the Unoi line when commuting to Unoi for school. Over summer break. She might not have as much opportunity to ride it, but...
同じ景色でしょ？同じ景色でも違うわい。ほら。
Look, the difference between us is that I'm not as stingy, alright? You already knew this because of my tastes, alright? I'm very flexible, to say the least. The smoke is flowing right outside the window. It's even closer and clearer. It's darker than I thought, though. Almost like storm clouds. Oh, now I understand what it means for the smoke to be low. Can't help what I like and I don't like what I like and don't like in my anime characters. Yeah. I know. And, you know, it's okay to be wrong, okay?
ポーレットさん、これ。
低いし近い。煙すごい迫力ね。今日は煙がわからないってこういうことか。
Slow. Nice one.
本当ですね。レイナ、こんなの初めて見ましたよ。SL もなかなか面白かもんばい。
Nagi seems like she's really enjoying herself, so I'm a little confused. My hormones/preferences are wrong. Look, it's not my fault that your hormones have forced you into only liking a certain body type and has forced you into only being able to play visual novels that include hate scenes of characters with that certain body type and watching anime where the main girl has that certain body type, alright?
なぎちゃん、機関女子さんのお手伝いしてるでしょ？その時は煙って見えないの？
What's wrong with that? It's too narrow. That's what's wrong with it.
見えるは見えるけど、こぎゃんとのんきに見れんばい。乗務中の煙ば邪魔で危ないばっかりたい。
Nagi starts fanning her hands as if there's smoke in her eyes.
ただでさえ女子側の前は狭いけん、重かい煙ばまとわりつくと何も見えんようになるばい。わあ、大変そう。そぎゃん時は運転台の横にも煙ば流れてきおるけん、目隠しされてるみたいになるとよ。
IDK how you can cheat on all the flatties. Look, all I'm saying is that I can watch anime and read manga and play visual novels that don't include a specific preference, because I can, you know, watch, play, read the media without wanting to fuck the main girl.
目隠しってすごく危なそう。
Sometimes.
やけんね。
Hoot. The steam whistle sounds off, and I feel a jerking motion as the train appears to speed up.
加減して釜の火ばゴーゴーに蒸して不完全燃焼ば解消させるばい。
Combustion.
ああ、
The heavy smoke that comes out in Nagi's stories must be the smoke from incomplete combustion, then. That is disgusting. Never say that ever again. That's why they're raising the speed, so as to use up the steam in order to cycle it and create more steam.
あ、ほら、レイナ。
ほわあ、煙が白くなってきました。
That's true. Perhaps it got lighter from turning white, but the smoke gradually rises. It's sad that I can't see it out the window, but if this leads to safer driving, then it's for the best.
とっても面白いですね。あ、ね、ポーレット見てください。
わあ、ほんとすごい。ね、深見ちゃん、なぎちゃん。も
え、うわあ、こりゃすごかったね。
I'm astonished when I see it. There's nothing burning in the stove, but some white smoke is coming out of it nevertheless.
じゃない。何これ。何か燃えてるの？
I'm sure it's fine.
あわわ、言われてみればおかしいのです。
Awawa. Hang on, I need to...
あわわ、言われてみればおかしいのです。
Paulette and Raina rush over to the stove. Smoke billows out, practically enveloping us. Okay, now it's black smoke, that's when it's a problem.
深見ちゃん。
Nagi comes over and starts tapping my back. But if the smoke doesn't go away...
レイナ、どう？
Look Raina's awawa multiple times.
あわわ、あわわ、あわわ、あわわ、あわわ、あわわ、あわわ、言われてみればおかしいの。燃えてないです。何にも。空っぽですよ。だけど、煙がどんどんどんどん。
Faster? Okay.
言われてみればおかしいのです。
What just happened? Oh, okay, just played this one
燃え
again.
てないです。何にも。空っぽですよ。だけど、煙がどんどんどんどん。
I can't breathe. The smoke's suffocating in its thickness.
窓開けるばい。
I was about to tell her no. If she opens the window, then... Swish. The cold wind blows through, and feels as if it opens up a passageway in my throat. Wanted to breathe. Wanted relief. I head toward the cold wind.
あ、ダメ。窓から頭出したらぶつける。
She pulled back, thrown down and grabbed from above.
ちょっと何ばい。
いな。窓閉めて安全姿勢。後教官、非常停止を要請。
窓閉めよし、安全姿勢よし、863に教官、非常停止要請します。
Plunk.
喋らないで。平気、抑えてるから。
Listen, in this situation, the best thing to do is to get on the floor, because heat travels up, so the smoke would go up. So, you know, the clean air would be at the bottom. If I remember correctly. It's shaking violently. The emergency brake can do this. If Paulette didn't take me to the ground, I would have fallen and gotten hurt. The tracks and the wheels sound like they're screaming. Just hearing it makes my heart ache. It makes me afraid. A sudden silence overcomes the area. I exhale and hear a puffing sound that's coming from outside the window.
速度0停止しました。
大丈夫？怪我はない？深見ちゃん、なぎちゃん。
I've broken out in a sweat. For a moment, I can't speak and start breathing deeply. Nagi taps me on the back.
ありがとうです。私、平気、怪我とかないです。はあ、よかったわい。
She says as she crouches on the floor. Nagi then suddenly jumps up to stand again.
これって一体どういうことばい？なんで煙ば客車の中に入ってきたと？
Plop, plop, plop. You mean plop, plop? Never mind.
燃焼の痕跡はございませんね。でしたらやはり。
Okay, this is getting out of hand. Hang on. How am I gonna do this? Everyone, like, 80, right? And, Hachiroku stays the same. Because, maybe 80's a bit too, quiet for the rest of them, but whatever. I can just... Interesting.
お人形になら置いてか。
相鉄様。私。
Okay.
自分はに。
Okay. 80 across the board. Voice volume is maxed. BGM and sound effects down. Master volume up.
泣いてなどおりませぬ。
That one's...
これは単なる蒸気排水です。
That's a bad example. Hang on. For 50.
燃焼の痕跡はございませんね。
My brother in Christ.
でしたらやはり。
70. 60.
燃焼の痕跡はございませんね。でしたらやはり。
Why? How are you? Just 50. Whatever.
燃焼の痕跡はございませんね。
It is barely
でした
increasing.
らやはり。
Okay, I need to test everyone else as well.
これって一体どういうことばい？なんで煙ば客車の中に入ってきたと？
Everyone else is loud. Wait, Nagi. 70 work.
これって一体どういうことばい？なんで煙ば客車の中に入ってきたと？
It's better, so try 65.
これって一体どういうことばい？
Okay,
な
that's
ん
what
で
it
煙ば
usually.
客車の
That's
中
what
に
it
入っ
used.
てきたと？
Alright. 65 it is for everyone. Hachidoku still. I'm doing all of this, and Hachidoku's still quieter than everyone. Like, bruh, what? This is the main girl. This is the cover art. This is the girl on the box on the cover of the box. Like, how are you gonna fuck up her voice over everyone else's? Voice volume, I mean. Ugh. Okay, there you go. Like, Jesus Christ, man. That's Michiko's voice. Yeah, hang on. I mean, I don't think Michiko's gonna be...
お人形になら置いてかれない。そんなの、そうちゃんの思い込みだよ。
like...
泣いてなど
That is the loudest Hachiroku will ever be. But then, every other voice line is...
燃焼の痕跡はございませんね。
like,
でしたら
bro...
やはり。
Anyway...
私、もう大丈夫です。
無理はいかん。せめて汗が引くまで休め。
We line up some chairs to use as a bed. I place Fukami's head on my lap. I use the fan on her, but her face is still bright red, and she's still sweating profusely.
すまなかったな。こんなことになるとは夢にも思っていなかった。
いえ、そうですさん、悪くないです。
She doesn't look at me in the eye. Initially, I think she's mad at me, but she contradicts that assumption. But then she contradicts that assumption.
私、お母さんも喉強くないから、それでちょっと大げさになっちゃっただけです。
そうだとしても、試験運転中に倒れさせたのは私の、お人よ鉄道株式会社の責任です。
そんなの。
Right as Paulette's about to bow apologetically, Fukami gets up to protest.
それなら、私も責任あるです。そうじゃなきゃ、 仲間外れて寂しいです。
After saying that, Kami begins coughing again. I tap her back to comfort her and feel that she's drenched in sweat.
深見ちゃん。
Nagi comes running toward her and picks her up to seat her properly on one of the chairs.
普通の人乗れない試験乗車させてもらえたの。だって仲間だからって思うから。だから。
そうね。深見ちゃん。ごめんね。ありがとう。
Paulette lightly embraces Fukami's head, and then lets out a slow, controlled bow. Sigh. The redness in her face subsides, as does her coughing. It seems she's finally calmed down.
86。
はい。原因は完全に究明できたかと思います。
もうか。早いな。
恐ろしく単純な事態ですので。
Hachiroku says while holding a box of tissues. One, two. She lines up a pair of boxes on top of the desk.
前の青い箱を8620。後ろの赤い箱をストーブ客車とお考えください。
She taps them in succession, then sets down 2 round magnets. One on top of the blue box, and one on the red. Oh. May you please stream a little longer today? You don't stream tomorrow. I guess.
そのマグネットは煙突か？
さようです。8620にもストーブ客車にもそれぞれ排気用の煙突が据え付けられています。
And you had to mess with the volume. Hey, it's not my fault they fucked up Hachiroku's volume, okay?
客車に煙突なんて立っとったと？
立つというほど目立つものではないな。天井ギリギリのところに T 字型のがついている。
全然気づかんかったばい。
ホームから普通に見ると気づきづらいかもしれん。
And as long as the stove isn't used, you'll never even see smoke from the chimney of the passenger car.
ああ、そうか。ひょっとして煙突から逆流したのか。
さようであるかと。煙突以外に流入の経路は考えられませんし。
確かに。か。
When the passenger car arrived, I thought we did a thorough check of it. Yeah, but like, how are you gonna predict that? We engulfed it in smoke and water while the engine shed to check for any leakages into the cabin.
待って兄さん、その逆流ってそんなこと起こるんですか？ごく単純な話なのです。さようですね。このティッシュを煙とお考えください。
She takes a single sheet of the tissue. It flows from the blue box chimney portion and out the side.
不完全燃焼が発生し、煙によって視界が大きく遮られ、私たちは出力を上げ窯を活性化させました。それはうまくいったよね。ええ。煙はおかげで上を向き、速力と上空の風に挟まれ、車体の天井を張ったのです。
The airflow speed and the type of smoke, they all seem to come together in a strange way. I'll donate 50 if you stream 3 more hours from now. I'm not gonna stream for 5 hours, alright? The second tissue traces over the surface of the box and goes from the top of the blue box to the chimney of the red box. 2. I'll stream until 2. I'll stream for 4 hours then.
煙突内部も徹底的にご清掃いただいていたことが、かえって災いとなってしまったようです。
Do you want me to pay? I mean, I would appreciate it. If the flow of smoke going into the chimney is established even just one time, the smoke will enter the passenger car unobstructed. 25? Yeah, I guess. If it's 25 for every extra hour I stream, I guess, yeah. Because I usually end around 3 hours.
例えば、一度ストーブを外し、煙突の出口を密閉するのではどうだろうか。
相手が煙ですからね。それこそ、溶接をして塞ぎでもしないことには。
If I do 50, like I already established that I'm not doing 5 hours. Alright? There's only one time where I did 5 hours, and that was because it was Fontaine's Archon quest. And you couldn't really split that up into different streams, alright? That's when Hachiroku scowls.
ストーブが簡単に外せる構造かどうかも確認しなくてはいけませんね。
ああ、そうか。外したことで別の隙間が発生しては、まるきり意味のないことになるな。なら。
相鉄くん。
If we close off both sides of the T-shaped entrance of the chimney, we can prevent all of this.
私、ストーブを使えなくなるようなこと、できればしなくて済む方法で行きたいんですけど。
そうばい、せっかくもらったものばい、そのまま大切に使うばい。私もそうしてほしいって思うです。
いや、まあ仮説だ。仮の案を検討しているだけのことだ。
While saying that internally, I trash all the potential plans to seal off the chimney. If it'll be taken as an affront to the goodwill of Aki, then I'd also want to avoid that.
ならば、その他だと。
窓をずっと開けておけるようにするってどうでしょう。
ずっと？雨の日もか？
雨、そっか。
いえ、それは存外。トンネルのないこの路線なら良い方策かもしれません。
雨ばどぎゃんとするばい？
何も全開にせずとも良いのです。雨よけのひさしをつけ、その近くだけ開けるなどすれば。
Yeah, I was gonna say, if it rains, just like, don't open them fully up. Just like, open up a little.
I love anime loli meogakis. Meugaki. Lilidom. Femdom. Flatties. Flatties justice. Loli dom.
Thanks for the 25. What the fuck was that message? Brian didn't even say Mesugakis correctly.
なるほど。それなら確かに外気を取り入れることはできようが。
煙、黒くて重いやつになったら、それ窓から入ってきちゃわな。
それにはこのような対策がございます。
She takes out 2 books. She places them toward the front side of the blue box, as if they're some kind of blindfold.
助演版、デフというものがあります。これを立てれば 煙は強制的に情報へと誘導されます。
そぎゃん便利なものがあっと？
What do you mean, wait?
はい。私が作られた頃にはなかったのですが、妹たちの時代になって急速に発展しました。
He can pronounce Hachiroku but not Mesugaki. Yeah, but I think it's like Hachiroku. Hang on. Yeah, this one had Hachiroku in it.
Maitetsu, please. I need my train girl rail Lord Loli, Hachiroku.
Yeah, see? Hachiroku. Hachiroku. And then it was Maitetsu. But like, you know...
それは8620にも装着できるのか？
Play the Mesugaki one.
I love anime loli Mayogakis. Mayugaki. Lilidum. Femdom. Flatties. Flatties justice. Loli dom.
Mayugaki. Uh,
86型の妹に装着している子はいましたから、おそらくは問題なく。
ow. I don't know. Brian is weird. Paulette nods at Hachiroku's voice. At Hachiroku's voice.
助演版なら、そうね。ミノカサさんに図面を渡してお願いすれば。はい。ご制作いただける範囲であるかと。
しかしその場合、黒い煙が上に行き、客車煙突から入ってくる危険が発生するよな。
Well, you know, Dexter, if you want to test if Brian pronounces Mesugaki, you know what you have to do. Wink. You can always just tip another 25. Wink. She forgot about that. Hachiroku has a stupefied look on her. Look at her.
不完全燃焼の煙は、さようですね。重いですから、扇風機でも追い出せず溜まってしまうかも。
扇風機？
あ、そうでした。私、そのことをもったいぶっていたのでしたね。
Mesugaki.
Well, thanks for the $1. Hachiroku begins to speak quicker.
ストーブ客車の床下には蓄電池が設置されてます。配線も容易にできるよう整えられているようです。
Just have to space it out. Yeah, I guess. You're gonna try it out with Hachiroku with Maitetsu?
なんと、それは。
Aki said that the passenger car is fitted for me. Well, it fitted for me as she laughed. And now I think I understand why. Is fitting for me. Okay. A passenger car that can use fans would be great for Ohitoyo in the summer.
それなら確かに簡単に設置できますね、扇風機。と思ったのです。しかし、黒煙を車内に溜めてしまうようだと。
扇風機でも力不足か。
Anime Loli's squirting is so hot.
Excuse me? Bro.
っていうか、煙を入れて追い出すって時点でダメばい。世の中深見ちゃんより喉の弱か人もおるけんね。
What? What are you making Brian? What are you making Brian say?
もっともだな。返す言葉もない。
Hachiroku, Paulette, and even Hibiki look down to the ground, dejected. Fukami also looks defeated as she shakes her head. What about Reina? Oh. Bro, she eepy. She just passed the fuck out.
レーナったら。
いや、ちょうどいい潮時だろう。トラブル直後で僕らはみんな疲れているのだ。
Are you able to change the voice to what? The answer would be probably not. I check Fukami's complexion once more. Especially not to what you think I would be. Especially what you'd want me to change it to.
ともかく、ひとまずゆっくり休んで切り替えよう。深見は特に無理のないよう。何かあったらすぐに呼べ。
はいです。
それでいいかな、ポーレット。
わかりました。それなら私、関連資料を。
深見は特に無理のないようと言ったぞ。他のみんなにも普通に無理はしてほしくないのだが。
I say that jokingly as Paulette taps her own head lightly in a carefree way as well.
そうでした。それじゃあ私も、今日のところは無理しないように休みます。
うん。それではな。
よーし、深見ちゃん、帰るばい。
うっかりしていた。送った方が。
平気です。ありがとうございます。けど、なぎちゃん一緒ですから。
そうか。何かあったら本当にすぐに連絡をな。
はいです。それじゃあ失礼します。2286、私たちも。
うん。
The crew bag feels heavier than usual, but I can't let myself show it. I stand up straight as we leave the rail shop, hoping to not make anyone worry. Any theories? No. What theories? What theories could there possibly be?
"すまんな、遅くまで付き合わせて。
Jesus, that was loud. The contrasting voices get absorbed into the passenger car walls. Well, I wish they did.
どうせ夜は川下りありませんし、夜あんまり列車に乗ることないから面白いです。あ、そりゃそうばい。
Kami's words seem to have convinced Nagi. This is a sight I've seen often recently. Among these two, I feel that Fukami is the one who takes the leadership role.
いかがでした？ブザーは鳴りませんでしたが。
煙全然入ってこなかった？
After finishing the checking of our own designated spots, Hachiroku and Hibiki come inside the passenger car. We also did a test using black smoke, causing Hibiki and me to be covered in soot. But oh wait, no, it's Hibiki. I thought he said Hachiroku.
煙はちょっとも入ってこなかったですし、煙いとも感じなかったです。
Hachiroku's fine because she's made of a material that's resistant to soot or whatever.
大変だったのはブザーを押したいの我慢するくらいだったばい。
Nagi's gaze turns to the emergency buzzer that has been temporarily built. buzz. That's what I thought, but she went and pushed it. Nagi is such a child. I know what you're talking about, Dexter. She's 18. Right? Considering how the train is not stopping right now, the buzzer from the driver stand can be heard throughout the passenger car.
まだ押し足りないのですか？運転前にも散々押されたではありませんか。
練習と本番はまるきり別たい。
It was a mix between a friendly smile and a forced one. Hachiroku is smaller than Nagi, but she responds to Nagi's innocence in a mature way.
確かに練習と本番はまるで別物ですね。同じように走ったつもりでも再現できませんでしたか。
When Smoke enters, she'll press the buzzer immediately. We'll then do an emergency stop, but we'll keep the furnace running. We'll then go and confirm the state of the smoke. That's the plan.
せっかく録画までしたのにな。
We borrowed the camera from Paulette and set it up in front of the stove. If there was no leakage, there was no point in playing it back.
ままならんもんだ。煙の流入がないこと自体は喜ぶべきことなんだがな。
夜ですし、外がさほど暑くないことが影響したのかもしれません。
そっか。天気とか気温も影響してくるんだ。
I'm sure that's to be expected, but I hadn't anticipated that it would show so conspicuously. The wind direction and temperature, and during business operations, the weight of the passengers will change daily.
日によってこれほど煙の流れが変わるなら、煙突の回収などでは対処しきれないかもしれんな。
かもしれませんが、でしたらどのような方策を
Paulette's face comes into my mind, but if I ask her for help, she'll most likely walk through the night without sleep. I think she's already trying to do that. But I can't think of any good plans either. Who else can provide ideas?
枕ねえや、ミノカサさん。あと、ボイラ屋のハタさんなどに相談してみるのも良いかもしれんな。
わかりました。では、とりあえずはそのようにいたしましょう。いいえ、私ではございませんよ。
Why did you quickly defend yourself? She quickly denies it, but before I can ask, next to her, Hibiki's also shaking her head. Suddenly, Nagi laughs out loud innocently. Next to her, Fukami slouched, her cheeks bright red.
だな。店が閉まっては約束も果たせなくなる。時間も時間だ。話は食事しながらの方が良いか。
やったー！待ってましたわい！本当に晩ご飯ごちそうになっちゃっていいですか？
無論だ。試験に付き合ってもらっているしな。
Fukami had volunteered, and there was no one else. That was a good match. I was thankful, but also sorry at the same time. Watching the leakage of smoke is like being a canary in a coal mine.
今日は姉さんがお出かけだから、私たち何もなくても外食の予定だったし。
Hibiki rubs the tip of her nose a little. What else was Sotetsu going to say? Yeah, actually, yeah, just starve. Look, he didn't have any money. What if Fukami wanted to spend 4,600 on a meal, right? And then decided to split, all right?
って言っても、お風呂入るまではすすついてるから、そんなにおしゃれなお店とかには行けないけど。おしゃれなお店とか、うちが無理ばい。
Fukami laughs in response to Nagi's voice. She then bows deeply.
それなら、お言葉に甘えてごちそうになっちゃいます。です。決まりね。じゃあ、ちょっとだけ待ってて。着替えてくるから。相鉄さんは、いいんですか？その、着替えとか。
男の着替えだ。3分もあれば事足りる。話が済んでからでよかろう。
話ってまだ他にあるばい？
あるとも。何を食べるか。
Before I can even finish, Nagi stands up to declare the direction we're taking.
がっつり肉ば食べたかよ。深見ちゃんはどぎゃんと？私は別に好き嫌いないし、なぎちゃんとソーテスさんたちが食べたいものです。なら肉でよかと？
Dexter, I'm not going to answer that question. The only person who would be qualified enough to answer it would be a therapist.
ああ、焼肉ならば、すすの汚れも目立つまいしな。どこかおすすめの店はあるのか？
あるばい！うちから少しのとこにある牛舎さんって知っとった？
I want yakiniku now.
うん。お肉屋さんもやっているところだな。
そこば改装したとき、ちいちゃんとか職人さんたちと一緒に焼肉ばごちそうになったばい。うまかったばい。
ならば、そこにするとしよ
う。Instead of throwing your money at an anime lolly, why don't you just throw it at me? What? Since Minokasa was treated, I'm guessing it's to celebrate either the start or end of the remodeling work. At those types of get-togethers, good meat is usually served. You are not an anime lolly. Yeah, but like, I'm showing you anime lollies.
そうです様?
I ask for the time from Hachiroku, and then think to myself, ah, I see. Barbecue. What?
なぎ、そのごちそうというのは、美濃笠さんたち。職人さんたちが改装を請け負ったからのごちそうか？
そうばい！お人屋の職人だけで改装一式引き受けてお店ばきれいにしたとよ。
Forget about the tier 3 sub. No, I didn't forget. Look, all I'm saying, Dexter, is just be lucky that Twitch is not increasing the price of the tier 3 sub, alright?
美濃笠さん、今日はご在宅か？
おると思うばい。晩ご飯ならごちそうになるってちゃんと伝えておいてあったよ。
What do you mean? Wait, you don't know? Twitch is increasing the sub tier 1 sub an extra $1 after however long they've had tier 1 subs at the same price. Like, in most countries, it's going up. Assuming that we'll be eating soon. There will be some time until 11 PM when we go to the Tororu Hot Springs in the US. Yes, in the US.
ナギ、すまんがミノカサさんに電話をしてもらえるか。
So any gift sub will cost an extra $1 as well.
よかよ。じいちゃんに何の話ばい？
When does it start? It starts July 11th? So like next month.
まだぼんやりとしたアイディアなのだが。
I have the image in my head, but I'm unable to materialize the detailed portions of it. So I simply say as directly as possible what's at the heart of my ideas. So a tier 3's going up too. I already said that you're lucky that tier 3's aren't going up.
煙には煙で封じ込めができないかご相談させていただきたいのだ。
なるほど。煙を持って煙を制するわけですね。
Hatsudoku understands right away. This plan might just work.
けれど、客車の室温は相当なことになるかと思われますが。
それって、つまり。お待たせ！ってどうしたの？何かあった？
They've figured it out. That's what's going on, Hibiki. It's Hibiki. She came back at just the right time. I thought you might be saying that sarcastically. Look, all I'm saying is that you tier 3 isn't enough for me to get paid out by Twitch. Oh, hello Meow. Happy National Fish and Chips / Donut Chocolate Ice Cream Day from this weirdo. Totally not fasting day. Totally not hating everyone today. I'm gonna slowly wake up and finish my Space Junk Collector game. But have a good time, stranger. Thanks, Meow, for the hydrate.
響にも意見を聞きたい。ストーブの件なのだが、煙を持って煙を制せないかと考えている。
I try to borrow Hachidoku's words, but Hibiki's eyes just widen.
煙で煙って、兄さん、正気ですか？夏のお人用の、しかもこの広さの室内ですよ。ガオー。
Hey, Dexter, for gifting a sub to Meow. Fukami nods to Hibiki's doubts. Nagi turns her head in confusion as if she weren't following.
みんな、何の話ばしようと？
つまりだな、ストーブを焚き、そこから煙を出してしまえば、外の煙を防げるのではという考えだ。
面白そうがい！客車の中で焼肉が吸ったね！
Her logical understanding was delayed, but she instantly knew from intuition that's very like Nagi to be that way, and not an agreement.
うん。基本的にはそうした線で考えている。
そういうことです？確かに面白そうだけど、焼肉もやっぱり熱くて煙くない？
熱の方は対策を考える必要があろうが、煙の方は大丈夫ではないかと僕としては見込んでいる。
どうしてですか？
あらかじめ焼肉をする列車と分かっているのなら、乗客は煙さをある程度覚悟してくれると思うからだ。
After thinking about it a little, Hachidoku slowly nods in agreement.
その点はさようでしょうか。デフを8620に設置すれば、8620の煙のほとんどを上へ逃がせることにもなりますし。
What happened to Saint Quartz? Is he okay? Well, yeah, he's fine. He just, isn't up at this time usually.
それで上に逃げた煙は焼肉の煙に防がれて流入しないでそのまま流れていくわけで。
Okay, I understand what they're talking about now. So what you're telling me is that they never thought about having fans to push the smoke up to prevent it from going into the carriage. But only now thought of it because of yakiniku. I just remember he used to be here like an hour in. Yeah. You know how it is. Hibiki opens up her sketchbook and draws pictures in place of a memo.
だったら客車の周りはほとんど煙くなくなって。あ、それなら窓を開けっぱなしにできちゃうの？なるほどです。最初から煙いって覚悟してて、しかも外の煙はほとんどが上に逃げる。なら。
Yukami's hands move in a flowing way. She uses it to trace down her body. What?
焼肉列車っていうことにするなら、エプロン、服が汚れないようつけてもらっておかしくないですし。あ、それってすごくいい。それなら煙も、すすがもしかして出ちゃっても結構大丈夫そうかも。
Listen, I don't think people want soot on their meat, right?
やかない絶対乗ってみたかとばい。
These different perspectives bring about more ideas and more agreements.
確かに良い案かと思いますが、先ほども申しました通り、厳重な熱対策は必須かと。
I mean, ventilation, fans. But Hachiroku is not swept off her feet.
熱で倒れる新人女子を私は何人も見てきました。窓開け程度では夏場の燃焼の熱の防止にはなりません。
Because her words are backed by calm judgment, I'm able to respond in kind.
そこは工夫だ。扇風機に例えば氷を組み合わせれば簡易的な冷風扇とできるだろ
う。熱気は冷気の壁となります。ストーブが熱した空気は冷風を跳ね返してしまうかと。
ならば、ああ、そうだ。熱気も煙突から逃がしてしまえばいい。
とおっしゃいますと？
台所のコンロの周りに立ててあるような防熱板。あれでストーブの周りを囲ってしまう。
Lower one surface of that to cook meat, and just cover the rest of it up. The rest of it all the way up the chimney.
ストーブが必要となる季節には防熱板を除去する。それならば最小限の回収で済むのではなかろうか。
Hibiki draws it out quickly with her pencil.
いけるんじゃない。それなら見た目はちょっとダイナミックさを減らしちゃうけど。いいと思うです。試す価値は絶対あるって思うです。
Hibiki, why are you looking at me like that?
試験レーサーの一番レーサー、深見ちゃんと一緒に絶対乗せてもらうばい。
どうだろうか、86。
Hachiroku quietly closes her eyes. With her eyes still closed, her words bear more weight.
相鉄様がご提案くださった非常通報ブザー、あれも常設し安全対策といたしましょう。
うん、確かにそれは有効に機能しそうだな。
It's by chance some people were to fall ill from the heat. If by chance some people were to fall ill from the heat, we can stop it immediately as an emergency. Considering the shortness of the Yunoi line, we can request help from Kiha 7 and also Navi if flight's possible in that area.
そこから先は技術面や営業面、ミノカサ様、ポーレット様とのご相談かと。
ならば86、デフの図面を起こしてくれ。
かしこまりました、相鉄様。
With Hachiroku on board, I'm sure that this plan can be put into motion.
ですが、
There's always a caveat. Hachiroku's gaze darts over. I follow it and quickly understand. Nagi slapped in a chair and is trying to convey the message about how she's starving.
図面起こしはお食事の後といたしませんか？
I mean, probably. But why is Hibiki looking at me like that?
うまく撮れたな。セルフシャッターを使うのは初めてだったが。
While I'm checking the photo I took, Hibiki comes along to appear over my side.
私ちょっと引きつってるかも。せっかくの記念写真なのに。
Hibiki is tiny. This is what happens when you get used to a maintenance body.
大丈夫。とても可愛らしく写ってますよ。誇らしげで少し緊張してらして。
Yeah, I meant Hachiroku.
お前もな。
Her words are like an introduction. I can't help but pat her on the head over her hat. She gives a tickled look briefly, but then quickly straightens up her hat and expression. You and your dementia. It's not my dementia, alright? It's not my fault. They both have H's at the start of their name.
さて、まさしく響の言葉通りの記念すべき1号列車です。
I just hope it doesn't spread. What do you mean? You spread it to me! A clear declaration. Hibiki is also standing up straight.
試験走行を重ねる間に、相鉄様も響も極めて質の高い成長を重ねてくださったと感じています。
I'm about to nod, but decide against it. I shouldn't get cocky, but I'd like to think I'm getting better. The smoke deflector, venting chimney, and fan, every single problem that came up trained me to be better. So I spread my lolly fetish to you and visual novels. I already liked lollies before you even existed.
試験運転の後期には満席の客車も引いています。しかし、
Yes, before you existed. Hachiroku's eyes turn to me. I nod in response, telling her that I understand. You like lollies at 1-year-old? Yeah, because I was one. I mean, wait. Starting the business operations today, it's my responsibility as engineer to see what can be improved.
試験と本番は別物だ。すべてゼロから重ねるつもりで挑まねばならん。
I follow after Hachiroku's words and speak to the team and to myself to rile myself up.
栄えある一番列車だ。多少のトラブルには目をつぶり、とにかく走り切らせたい気持ちも正直持ってる。が、
それでも安全が第一の使命だから。
Hibiki understands. I have no idea what Hachiroku's obsession with safety is. Even if there are complaints, not causing any accidents is the greatest honor in running railway operation. In running the railway operation.
小さな異常も見逃さず、止めることを恐れず行こう。今後走行を重ねるための これは一歩に過ぎんのだから。
了解。
承りました。マイマスター。
What?
Oh.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. He called me master instead of owner. In English, too. This is the first time Hachidoku has acknowledged me as an able engineer.
レーナから教官が入りました。客車側、着席誘導完了です。
よーし。
Hibiki picks up the scoop. She then opens up the lid of the furnace to reveal burning flames. She doesn't need instructions from Hachidoku anymore. She's preparing the furnace to match the departure time.
後方確認。
I scoop you. That's a Five Nights at Freddy's reference. I lean out the window of the cab and see Paulette's hand wave the green flag from side to side. I lightly sound off the steam whistle to tell her I saw her, and she salutes me to send me off, meant in a dirty way. No.
相鉄様。
ああ、
I've never played FNAF. Well, I've never played Five Nights at Freddy's either. I've played Five Nights at Freddy's. There it is! The fucking big-ass bell. Hachidoku holds a large bell and leads out the window. Why is it so big? The sound of the bell, suddenly countless sources of light flash on us. There are tons of people on the platform taking pictures all at once of 8620 and the stove passenger car.
バーベキュートレイン、黙々8615号、発車準備よし。
I don't know any references from FFFR. I don't know what that is.
861号、発車準備よし。
With the same hand I used to place Hachidoku on her seat, I released the brake, then put it into forward full gear while grabbing the pivot of the regulator.
本線信号。
Just as I usually do, I look outside and point. For a brief moment, Hachidoku and I exchange glances. Whatever the abbreviation is, it's FNAF, not FNOF. It's Five Nights at Freddy's. Why do you put an O?
出発進行。
Always as loud as me. Murmur.
はい、どうぞ。冷たいお水とおしぼりとエプロンです。おしぼりは首の周りに巻くとすっきり涼しいですよ。
It is not Five Nights Only Fans Freddy's, okay? Also, new character. Wow. Took you long enough. She rubs her face and then wraps it around her neck as told. It's cool and feels good.
お水のおかわりはサービスですから、いつでも言ってくださいね。
Word of. Why do you keep saying of?
ありがとうございます。
She bows and takes the towel. She carefully wipes off her sweat. Mikami actually gets really sweaty. She starts drinking the water as soon as she gets it.
なぎちゃん、あの人、感じいいよね。
I've never met that woman in my life.
どこの人と？ポーレット姉ちゃんの知り合いばい？ そうだって。幽霊寺の奥さんで、昔食堂車に乗ってた人だって話だよ。
Who?
なら適材適所言うやつとね。だよね。けど、なぎちゃんがガイドさんでもきっと人気出るって思うけど。
Being the guide sure seems like fun. That's what I think.
うちもなかなか売れっ子やけん。これ以上お仕事ば増やしたらさすがに身が持たんもん。だよね。焼肉列車。じゃないや。バーベキュートレインになったんだよね。そうばい。名前その方がかっこよかばい。だよね。響さんってセンスいいよね。やっぱり。センスばなんだはようわからんけど、わかりやすくてかっこよかばい。
Whatever that means. If you don't know what it means, why you type it out?
だよね。だから、バーベキュートレイン。きっとうまくいくよね。うまくいかせるばい。それで、川下りにもドーンとお客さん引っ張るばい。
Maybe she's more motivated now. Fukami starts glancing around.
そんなに暑そうにしてる人いないね。
What does free real estate mean? It means real estate that's free.
風がわーって入ってくる分、外よりむしろ涼しか気がするけんね。だよね。不思議。ストーブ、カンカンに燃えているのに。
What's real estate? You know what real estate is.
ボ熱バンバ頑張っとるけん。さすがじいちゃんの特性ばい。
You're living in it. She glances around again. Fukami seems way too motivated.
深見ちゃん、そぎゃんと力むと深見ちゃんが倒れちゃいそうでおっかなか。
Cardboard box. A fucking house.
そうだね。リラックス、リラックス。
She breathes in and then breathes out. Seems like Fukami is a bit calmer now.
ポーレットさんもレイナちゃんもいないから、客車で何かあったら私たちが頑張らなきゃって、それで。言われたら、一番列車にもポーレット姉ちゃんたち乗っとらんね。
Dexter, delete it. She didn't get on during the whole test run either.
兄さんたちと喧嘩でもしよったと？まさか違うよ。まるで反対。そうですさ、ポーレットさんの負担を減らしてあげてるの。ポーレットさんにしかできないことって多いから。だから、そうじゃないことは手分けしてやろうって。なるほど。言われたら納得ばい。兄さんいろいろ考えておるとね。だよね。そうですさん、すごくいろいろ考えて見てくれてるのに。
Fukami exhales deeply. It sounds like a big sigh to me.
深見ちゃん、やっぱり暑かと？平気。来やったばーい。
If the other passengers cheer for it, the excitement inside the passenger car would grow that much more.
お待たせしました。これよりバーベキューを開始します。前のお席の方から順番にお出しいたします。
The attendant lady announces with a big voice. She pushes a plate full of meat and veggies.
お席を立っての記念撮影は肉を焼くときにお願いします。まず 座席番号 1A から 1D、2A から 2D のお客様、どうぞ。
I'm surprised that side characters lip synced. Well, if they have a sprite and a voice, of course they're going to try lip sync. Even though Japanese aren't, they don't care about lip syncing.
待ってました。お、これはうまそうな肉ですね。
特産のブランド和牛、熊本赤王です。うまみと甘み、豊かな食感をお楽しみいただけます。
パパ、早く焼いて焼いて。
よし来た。
Whoosh.
肉ば乗せたら派手に火立ち寄ったね。
You like her voice? What do you mean? What do you mean by that? The chimney's vent. The chimney's the vent. So the smoke and fire both rise straight up. It looks flashy, but is safe. And it looks tasty. Just looking at it is making me hungry. What, the fire?
ねえ、パパ、あのボタン何？
ん？ああ、非常停止ボタンと書いてあるね。危なくなった時だけに押すボタンだよ。
じゃあ、今押しちゃいけないんだね。
Did they not put a label on to tell everyone it's an emergency stop button so people don't accidentally press it? The old ladies. That doesn't answer my question. Like, what do you mean by like? The child looks disappointed. Fukami giggles at that sight.
なぎちゃんがボタンを押しまくったの、役に立ったね。
Find sexy. No.
まあ、アイアンプラスチックのカバーがついたら、なかなか割ってまでは押せんわい。ほんと、全部のことがちゃんと役に立ってるんだよね。まことばい。
The many smiles and cheerful cries, the passengers all seem to be having fun. What complex do you... What do you mean, what complex? It's not that hard. It's MILFs below. Fukami looks around the passenger car from front to back. She gazes as if she's looking at some kind of treasure.
絶対評判になるよね、この列車。それで、お人よ、また賑やかな街になるよね。
I meant IRL. Fuck off with the sister complex.
間違いなかばい、街だけに。
IRL tomboys.
何それ、くだらない。くだらなくなかったよ。
Funny doesn't lie. Fuck off. Kami's laughing at it. She's laughing at me. She's wearing a really bright smile. The kind of smile that you don't get to see every day.
お人よの街は賑やかにして、川下りにもたくさんお客さん呼ぼうばい。だね、なぎちゃん。
I'm not gonna read that one. We shake hands. Fukami holds out her hand. It feels embarrassing, but it also makes me happy. The feelings of bashfulness linger.
それにしても。だね。
Sound of roasting meat, the fragrance of burning fat. Is your whole family? Fuck off! No! Everything about this is making me so hungry.
うちらの順番待ち遠しかね。
Why does Nagi look like? Why like Nagi look mad?
予約すごい勢いなんです。バーベキュートレイン。
Fetish is genetic. Good question. How would I know?
喜ばしいことではないか。
はい。それはもちろんなんですけど。
Although it's good news, there's something negative about Paulette's voice.
勢いがちょっとすごすぎちゃって、下手すると不満につながっちゃいそうなんです。
I mean, to be fair, what you've created is a gimmick, so...
不満にとは。
性質上、少数のお客さんしか乗れないじゃないですか。それが売り惜しみみたいに取られちゃったら。
I initially thought she was overthinking it, but I'm reminded of a few incidents that confirm her suspicions.
駅のホームの見物客たちも目立って数が増えているが、何か苦情など発生しているのか？
いいえ、そっちは今のところ大丈夫です。こんちゃん、しっかり駅長さんしてくれてますから。
You say that, but we haven't seen Con in however long.
お？
I hear that Fox loves crowds. It seems to jump in whenever there is some commotion.
それで、こんちゃんがキュンって首をかしげると、みんなニコニコってして静かになるんですよ。
うん。それは素晴らしい仕事ぶりだな。
I mean, there is reason. There is reason is the last character in the voices next to others. I mean, yeah, because they only have one voice line. I didn't know that it had to be working that way. I should give it some fried tofu later.
それでは、どこから売り惜しみだのに対する懸念が？
ネットでちょっと煽られるみたいになっちゃってて、電車姫様、アンチもやっぱりいらっしゃいますから。
Correct.
アンチですか？
You shouldn't bait the trolls, or you shouldn't interact with the trolls.
人気者に反発する性質を持った輩のことだ。
ああ、なるほど。アキ様は確かにやっかまれそうな方ですからね。
Am I a troll? Yes.
影響力ものすごいもんね。お姫様が紹介してくれたら途端にだもんね。
Aki posted an article about us when we sent her the picture of train number 1. Since when? Since I talked about my I talked about when I was 4. As a result, we got the crowds that Paulette's worried about, and that person must be As a result, we got the crowds that Paulette's worried about. That person must be popular beyond my comprehension.
具体的に今の予約状況というのはどのようなものなのだ？
指定券、窓口で半数、電話で半数、1ヶ月前の10時から受付を開始してるんですけど。
This is exactly what I mean.
電話鳴りやまなくなっちゃうんですよ。窓口は徹夜で並んでる人でも買えないくらいで。
まあ、そのようなことになっているのですか？
悪評が広がるようなことにならなくても、あんまりお待たせが過ぎちゃうと。
I'm just a harmless one, right? I guess.
機械損失というやつだな。見込み客をむざむざ逃す事態に陥りかねん。
はい。ですから、こんなに急に人気出るとは思ってなくて、すごく心苦しいんですけど。
増発ですか？
Hatsuroku says in Paulette's place. The tense expression that Paulette had relaxes a little.
はい。響ちゃんの機関士訓練始めてもらって、新人の助手さん一人雇い入れる方向で。
相鉄様と新人女子、響と凪様の2チーム体制を取るわけですか？育成3ヶ月はかかりますが。
3ヶ月なら御の字すぎます。それで、育成終わるまでの期間も、土日祝とか。
訓練とも並行になりますし。
Hatsuroku turns to me. Dexter, don't double down. Just delete the message.
土日祝を1日2便に増発するくらいであれば、僕の体力的には全く問題ない。
凪ちゃんと時々でも交代できるなら私も多分やれると思う。よかったなら。
いや、もう少しだけ待ってくれ。
There's not enough information to make a decision yet.
ナギの方は大丈夫なのか？川下りとも並行になってしまうだろう。
Dexter, if you keep this up, I swear I'm gonna stop at the next transition.
それは確認取ってあります。球磨川下りベテランの船頭さん2人復帰してくれたそうです。
おう。
バーベキュー列車の折り返し、湯の井の八船場からお人よまで川下り使う人も右肩上がりじゃないですか。
うん。気持ちよく晴れた日には折り返しのほとんどが川下りに流れるな。
それで景気が？
はい、経営がすごく良化したみたいで、船頭さんの求人出したらすぐ復帰希望が来たそうです。
それでナギにも余裕ができたということか。
Then the issue with Nagi is cleared. But there's one more important point. It's something Hachiroku hasn't asked yet, so I'll ask myself.
8620と客車の方はどうなのだ？
Cleaning the steam locomotive takes a lot of work. We take Tuesdays off, but it takes the whole day to clean. We're barely managing with the maintenance at the same time.
さようですね。このペースで行くのであれば、いずれ編成自体を増やしていただかねばならないかと。
それはもちろん、将来的には検討してます。6人が出るかもしれないって噂、前から聞いてるんです。
62. But 62 is something I'm not familiar with. But I can easily imagine that it's a locomotive. As proof of that, Hachiroku's expression lights up.
まだご健在なのですね。
旧東武鉄道の関係者の方が1両を所有してます。今の名前は5号機関車になってますけど。
Hang on.
あら、ネルソンお姉様にはいささかに使わしくないお名前ですこと。
What the hell? Hang on. What's her name? Niroku. Okay, so she's 62. But, well, 26. Yeah.
Nelson?
When I ask her that, Hachiroku smiles gleefully.
6200系ネルソンお姉様たちはニールセンという英国の会社からの輸入蒸気なのです。
ああ、ニールセンがなまってネルソンという愛称となったのか。
And the only difference is that the I was removed. There's no I in Nelson. What? She nods to affirm my guess. Hachiroku looks far as if to reminisce.
とても優美なシルエットで東海道の名月とも。キャブの窓がむき出しの半月の形をしているのです。
何それロマンチック。見たいし描いてみたいかも。レイナもお会いしてみたいです。
まさしくロマンチックという言葉がぴったりです。
Her voice sounds almost intoxicated.
ネルソンお姉様なら確かに観光に最適ですね。
最適は言い過ぎだろう。お前、8620がいるのだからな。
まあ。
Those words come from my heart, but they sound like polite compliments to Hachiroku. He giggles a little, and then gives me a big nod.
ネルソンお姉様が来てくださるのかもしれないのなら大丈夫。勇気100倍で頑張り抜けます。よ
かった。じゃあ増髪の手配を開始しますね。
The issue is progressing too quickly for my tastes. However, if Hachiroku is alright with it, I suppose it may be fine. Still, something seems missing. The remark from Hachiroku to work harder didn't seem like something she'd say.
相鉄様、ひょっとしてお疲れなのですか？
Yes, I mean...
Yeah.
I was lost in thought again. The last thing I want to do is put an unnecessary burden on Hachiroku.
頑張らねばと僕も思っていただけだ。まずは観光振興のため、そしてお人よを守るため。
さようですね。ここまでうまく来たのですから。
ああ。
Things are really going well. I suppose it's better to move to create a positive cycle instead of standing still with worry.
ポーレットと相談の上、常務と訓練の新しいシフトを作成してもらえるか？
承りました、相鉄様。
その間僕は整備清掃をしておこ
う。No matter how small, I want to crush any potential problem with my own eyes and hands. That is the mission of safety first that Hachiroku always espouses.
それでは相鉄様、また後ほど。
ああ。
She bows slightly and then goes inside. Her step is light. She was able to lead us this far despite being so small. In the near future, I want to be able to become the engineer to help Hachiroku. Well, you're definitely going to be something to Hachiroku in the near future. What? When I think in earnest, my worries melt away.
よし。
With my own eyes and hands. First, let me stretch them out and put them to good use. Pull. Huh? I grab at Hibiki's arms as she's sneaking out of the rail shop. That was... Too cute.
これから清掃をしたいのだが、 響、手伝ってもらえるか？
その、
He looks at the exit, then to me. Hibiki realizes something before heaving a long sigh.
手伝いますよ。手伝います。私、兄さんの妹ですから。
And that's why Hibiki is second. Maitetsu. Hatsudoku's hands stop when she hears a few words that are out of the ordinary from the breakfast table. What makes Hatsudoku first? She is also cute. What do you mean? Like, she's the main girl. She's, yeah. She's the cutest.
縁外でございますか？
そう。縁外。商店会の方にクレームが来とっとよ。
I was waiting for this to happen.
商店会にか。
Engineers are at jobs closest to the smoke and fire from steam locomotives. Because I know how fiercely they burn, I can't say the complaints are unexpected.
確かに、量的にも時間的にも、一番煙と接することになるのは、駅周辺であるからな。
The moment I say that, Makoto shakes her hand to say no.
違かとよ。お人よ商店会の中からのクレームじゃなか。おかげで繁盛しとるけん、こっちはむしろ86様様。
Really? Well, yeah, that is the other thing, isn't it?
そうなのか？では、一体誰が？
これ、煙ばかぶっとるって。
Makoto takes out a photo, and Hachiroku jumps up to look.
これは、相鉄様。
踏切屋さんだな。
Oops. A few kilometers away from Uhitoyo Station, near the rusted railroad crossing, is the railroad crossing store. A sundry seller. I don't know if I'm saying that right. Is it sundries? I don't know. Considering the name, I had thought there'd be understanding of the railways.
まさか、あそこから苦情が来るとは。
The amount of time it has to deal with the smoke should be no more than a minute at 8620 passes through. And looking at this photo,
随分と煙が流れているな。しかも黒い。
強風の日でございましょうね。木も随分と曲がっているように見えます。
ああ、確かに。写真で見てもわかるほど大きく風に揺すられているな。
the locomotive doesn't work fully on days with strong winds. The regulator lever, brakes and reversing gears, they all don't feel right when it's that windy. Not to mention that the vibrations are stronger on those days too.
煙が黒いのも響が鎌を制御し損ねてしまったせいか。
Damn, blaming Hibiki.
まあ、さようでございましょうね。
となると、これはめったに起こることではなさそうだがな。
相鉄様。
Oh. Hatsudoku and Makota's voices overlap. Hatsudoku quickly looks down as if to let Makoto go first.
そぎゃんとはどういうことだ？
こん写真。航空写真は誰が撮ったかいうことよ。
誰がとは。おお。
The aerial angle makes me understand the situation immediately. The only things that fly above Ohitoyo are the birds and Navi.
エアクラ工場誘致推進派による撮影ということになるのか、これは。
まあ、そぎゃんと考えるのが自然よね。
In her usual mild-mannered voice, she points out more observations.
踏切屋さんの2代目さん。今の店主はガチガチのエアクラ工場誘致推進派やもん。
Of course they are.
それはやはり不況の影響によるものか。
やろうね。あそこまで離れてしまうと駅前が繁盛しても取り残されてしまうけん。
工場や宿舎の立地次第では一気に商売が盛り返すかもしれんしな。
The prices for the daily sundries don't change. Don't change that much no matter where you buy them. Rather, it's possible that they were pushed to supporting the factory by enticing them with the factory location.
これは下手な対応を打ってしまうと政治的に広げられてしまいかねない案件か。
Not only would it not stop with the railroad crossing store, the factory supporters may all start filing complaints too. The smoke problem, depending on the wind and other conditions, could very well spread to more places.
水汚染の防止が工場誘致反対の旗印やもんね。SL も汚染を言うて主張されると泥仕合いた。であれば先手を打って最善の対策を取ってしまいましょう。
Hachiroku's voice is filled with confidence, and apparently is loud again. When I turn to her, she's earnestly looking at me.
何か良い考えでもありそうだな。
無論です。SL の歴史は塩害との戦いの歴史でもありますので。
But only loud sometimes.
そうなのか。
はい。ごくごく初期の蒸気機関車においては、煙に混じる火の粉によっての火災さえございました。
火災。
The moment I hear that, a chill runs down my spine. The mental images of fire making creaking noises in my ears and bringing back the taste of blood in my mouth. If left unchecked, I could easily begin shaking, so I force myself to calm down. Look, I get that therapy is expensive, but like, you know, at least take out some of the loan money and spend it on therapy.
そうだったな。火と鉄と、それこそが蒸気機関車だ。
I nod, and Hachiroku continues.
私の頃までにも技術革新はございましたが、それでも決して煙を甘く見ることはできません。
Ah. What I hear in Hachiroku's voice is actually not confidence after all, but instead tension. The fear that just popped up allowed me to notice that. The firmness in Hachiroku's voice is possibly sourced from a fear of accidents like mine.
たとえ少数の声で稀であろうと、塩害があるのなら、私たちのなすべきはただ、根絶のための努力です。
だな。
Talking about reference value for pollution or a cost-benefit analysis will put us in the same ring as the people supporting the factory. Improving the situation until pollution drops to non-existent levels is a path to the recovery of Ohitoyo that we want. Yeah.
けど、塩害ば根絶するとか、そぎゃんがこつ、できゆうもんとや。私の世代以降の SL たちには、終焉装置が取り付けられたものがございます。終焉？ああ、煙ば集める？
Yeah, I mean, I'm not surprised.
はい、その終焉です。本来は、トンネル内で絶大な効果を発揮するものですが。
Atsudoku draws a simple diagram to explain. On the top part of the chimney, a box that opens up to the back is attached. That's the most simplified version of a smoke collection device.
なるほど。何もせずにいれば上へと吹き出す煙を、終焉装置は後方へと強制的に流してしまうのか。
さようです。レフと組み合わせることにより、煙の広がりをかなり抑え込むことが可能となるかと。
Wow, look at all these solutions that are very easily look at all these problems that are very easily being solved one by one.
デメリットは？
箱の上部は開閉可能な蓋となっておりますから、不要時には開いておけば良いだけですし。
Atsudoku goes deep into thought. She closes both her eyes and lips, soon after she opens them to speak.
目に見えるデメリットとなりますと、重量増加くらいのものとなりますでしょうか。
重量増加か。確かに機関車にも客車にも増設が重なってるからな。
いうか、終焉装置やらは簡単に入手できるもんとや。
I mean, can't you just make one? Makoto's simple question is actually quite an important one. Atsudoku nods reassuringly.
終焉装置は各地の機関区が独自開発していたものです。ですので、図面さえ入手できれば、製造は比較的容易かと。
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But you need the blueprint, so I guess not that easily made.
各地で独自開発。その土地土地の実情に合わせてといった感じか？
さようです。ので、可能であれば複数の図面を入手して、できる限り軽量のものを装備できればと願います。
ならば、その方針で動いてみるか。赤い宮司や毛利の秋様に図面のことを尋ねてみよう。
I look over at them for confirmation and receive a response immediately, instantly. The same thing.
私に異論はございません。うちもよかとよ。
Makoto, don't make those noises. Makoto stretches and then clears her throat.
ああ、ほっとしたら、なんか喉ば渇きよるね。あら、気がつきませんで、すぐにお入れいたします。ありがとうね。助かるわ。
Atsudoku bows, then leaves the room. After waiting for her footsteps to subside, I throw out a question.
何か引っかかるところでもあるのか？
塩害のことは、そうちゃんの考え通りでよかかと思うけど。
It isn't like Makoto to be hesitant in with her words. See, they solved the smoke issue inside the compartment by turning it into a yakiniku area, and then they solved the smoke outside by storing it, by collecting it. I suppose her asking for tea really was to get Hachiroku to leave.
なら、86に何かあるのか？
そうね。ま、うちの気のせいかもしれんけど。
I agree, Makoto. Hachiroku is a weird name. What? Makoto climbs up onto the large living room table. What? It must be something important. I go closer to her from my side.
86ちゃん。なんか、どっかで無理ばしとる感じせん？
Yeah, I'm not surprised.
ああ、そのことか。
そうちゃん、心当たりばあっと？
うん、まあな。
She's overworking herself. Like me, Hatsuroku probably still has it on her mind. She has scars from a railway accident, and yet she cannot remove herself from the railways.
その無理はおそらく、背負わねばならぬ類のものだ。そして、86はそれに耐えると、僕は信じる。
そうなら、よかけどね。
あ、
Makoto stretches out her arms and fingers and taps me on my forehead. She then tells me in her usual ladylike voice,
よう見てあげねばいけんよ、そうちゃん。86ちゃんは女の子なんだけんね。
Yeah, but you're saying that like Sotetsu isn't suffering the same trauma. Oh. It's raining hard, but the passenger car is still full. From a business standpoint, this is great news. However, looking at it from a different angle, we have a heavy rain. We have a heavy train on wet tracks. Driving the train will require more prudence and skill than before.
汽笛禁止制限。
汽笛禁止制限。よし。
20 more seconds until the railroad crossing store. While passing through here, I have to be careful not to offend them by keeping the steam whistle off.
終焉装置、蓋閉め。
終焉装置、蓋閉め、よし。
Hibiki pulls on a rod, and we hear a draft that suppresses the locomotive sounds of puffing smoke. The change in sound tells us that the lid of the smoke collection device is closed.
汽笛禁止制限解除。
汽笛制限解除。よし。終焉装置、蓋開け。
終焉装置、蓋開け、よし。
Together with my call out, Hibiki leans out the window to check the rear.
どうだ。
大丈夫。煙、全然かかってなかった。
ならば今日も第一関門は無事クリアだな。
Still, can't sound off the steam whistle unnecessarily. It was a habit of mine to sound the thing after passing the deserted station and going into coast.
一部廃液通過。
一部廃液通過。よし。
後部異常なし。
後部異常なし。
We're right at the speed limit. After waiting for the right time, I sound off the steam whistle and then pull the reversing gear up to mid-gear.
閉めーる。
I call that and slowly close off the regulator. I open the bypass valve and cylinder cock the cylinder what? Then set the reversing gear to into forward full gear. Plunk. A strange vibration after I check the furnace to see if that's the cause. Hibiki looks at me.
ゼッキ。よし。
Either way, we'll be coasting for a while, meaning we're running off on inertia and no steam. Only on inertia. Suddenly, Hibiki takes the poker and jams it into the hearth. She's pushing around some of the clumps. That means some coals in the hearth aren't combusting and instead are piling up.
やはりさっきの振動は釜の不良か。
っていうか、終焉装置つけた影響？なんか最近痛風が落ち着いてくれない感じで。
そうなのか。
兄さんにも責任ありますよ。今日みたいに天気悪い日は運転 荒くなりますから。
Yeah, I don't know why. Maybe it's because he's had horrible experiences when it comes to trains and rain, especially trains running while it's raining. Gee, you tell me. Hatsuroku, you know anything about this? I'm not self-conscious. I was not self-conscious about it, but if she provides proof by pointing out the furnace, I have no space to talk back. When I was rough with the regulator, a powerful draft occurred and caused trouble in the hearth immediately.
すまんな。少し気をつけてみ。
Plunk. Hibiki and I look at each other and then turn to Hachiroku. Vibrations when the train is coasting, or perhaps there's something wrong with the tracks.
当面には異常感知できませんでした。非常停止の用はないものと判断します。
Because I received the response even before I asked for it, it makes me worry further. Because things were going well recently, I haven't even bothered to notice it. Something bothers me about how she said nothing was detected. Hachiroku herself admitted that her functions were incomplete.
念のため、レイナに教官で位置情報を送ってくれ。折り返しまでに調査をしてもらっておこ
う。かしこまりました。
ニーニ、もうすぐ。
ああ。
I regained my senses after hearing Hibiki's words. This is no time to be distracted. Speaking of being distracted, I'll be right back. We're almost at the incline. There'll not be enough. Jesus. There'll not be enough power if we keep coasting. There won't be enough power if we keep coasting.
開ける
While calling that out, I move the reversing gear to mid-gear and close off the bypass valve while partially opening the regulator. I open the cylinder drain valve to let the water out and then pull the regulator all the way together with the reversing gear. Are you alright, Dexter? Do you forget that my parents come back at 2? As I hear an echo on the blast, the steam begins to power the wheels. Rain, an incline slope, and a full train. I quickly pull the sand spreading to its original position to spread the sand in front of the driving wheel.
粘着力十分。このまま登り切りましょう。
Sand increases friction, so the adhesion, the power for the driving wheel to catch on the tracks also increases. Puff, 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 puff. If the driving wheel slips, it can't be controlled. I prepare myself for that, so that I can move the automatic valve and the regulator at any time. Plug. Again. Very faint this time, but a vibration all the same. Hachiroku isn't saying anything. When something happens, for the third time, my doubts materialize into something solid. However, I have to forget about that and focus right now. I can't say a single word until after we climb the slope. More puff. An exhaust note. As if the locomotive was groaning, the furnace still isn't organized. Things aren't going well today. I wonder if the passenger side is doing alright. Even if the emergency buzzer isn't ringing, there could be minor issues happening. Well, we're almost at Unoi. it'll be within signal range of cell phones. If anything happens, Mrs. Nakayama will let us know.
相鉄様、雨3本です。
制限60。
3 parts of rain. On rainy days, we have to break 3 track segments earlier than we normally do. I raised the pressure following Hachiroku's voice and...
よし。
No, it wasn't good. I barely made it. If Hachiroku didn't warn me, I would have completely gone too fast. See, so this is it. My driving becomes rougher on days with bad weather. I wonder why. It appears that that Hibiki's remark was true, as I just experienced it firsthand.
新鶴羽廃駅通過。よし。
Either way, I have to get everyone to Unoi Station safely. I focus only on that for the time being. I want to concentrate, but... Damn. The raindrops that splatter on the windshield are jarring my ears. It feels like small insects are crawling around my eardrums.
精度コンマ8。
That is why I make callouts that I usually do not, since it's already clear that things aren't going well today. There's no other way but to shout out and receive help from Hachiroku and Hibiki along the way. That's right. We're a team. We share the good and bad parts together, supporting one another. We must do so from now on. Two. I sound the steam whistle in an attempt to silence the rain splattering against the scars of my memories. I'm going to take 8620 into the stone shed. Paulette is waiting for us there. And I think I'm going to end it off for today. So, thank you for watching. Thank you for lurking. Thank you for chatting. If you enjoyed, a follow would be appreciated, and if you want to support me even further, you can always subscribe. Tomorrow I won't be streaming, but on Monday I will be playing Amazing Grace. Wow, I never would have guessed. So, yeah. With that being said, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good night. And I will see you guys again next time. Bye-bye.